Ladies and gentlemen, this is Deducter, bringing you Darkest Dungeon 2 1.0 release. I have been looking forward to this for what feels like an eternity. This is one of the 3 games this year that I really wanted to play. Last Spell, Darkest Dungeon 2, and the Against the Storm, which is coming out of early access hopefully later this year. But anyway, what more is there to say about the Dankest Dungeon? Except that we need to begin a new journey.
Ruin has found you at last. My protege, my friend. Our calculations were correct. The ephemeral equation is unbalanced. The Earth spins on a strange and terrifying new axis. And everywhere, unbridled consequence. The world is a wasteland of failures past. And yet, you must ride out into it, unafraid. Take this. It is hope, the very last of it. It is yours now. You were bold once. Be bold once more. Free yourself from this suffocating stillness. Fix your gaze on the horizon and face the fearsome truth of the Darkest Dungeon.
Wayne June, everyone! Let's give a hand to the greatest video game narrator in all of human history.
Half swallowed by the stain.
Now, I did play this game in early access. I'll put it this way. This is how much I want to play this game. I downloaded the horrific Epic Games client and paid them money to play it in early access because I just had to experience this game, at least some, before the release. And then, when it came out on Steam, and this is May 8th as I'm recording this, I paid Red Hook again just to have it on Steam. That is how much I want to play this game. Alright, so this is apparently the new tutorial. Stagecoach. Yep, move your stagecoach. Stagecoach view. I don't really think we need to read any of this stuff. Basically, you move the stagecoach with W and it'll just go, and if you tap S, it'll halt. You can move left and right with the A and D. There's other stuff I don't think we have to worry about right now.
I know failure well. I glimpsed it lurking at the ragged edges of your mind. I watched its venom spread through the veins of the world. And I trembled at its terrible reverberations. The crossroads, a beacon for the broken and the battered.
Party creation. 4 heroes will join this expedition. Your salvation rides with them. The Darkest Dungeon characters. I absolutely love every one of the character designs. The Man-at-Arms, the Highwayman, the Graverobber, and the Plague Doctor. Each of them just absolutely beautifully rendered in Darkest Dungeon 2. Just, like I feel like I can identify with each of these heroes. The Highwayman, just incredibly versatile damage. All he does is damage abilities, Wicked Slice, Pistol Shot, Duelist Advance. He can use his skills from most ranks. Very, very flexible, although that's all he can do, damage. But, right, like who needs to do anything else if you can do damage? And look at the fighting style. Pistoling one hand, daggering the other hand, just beautiful. Let's rename you after, you know what, Ivan. You seem like you would appreciate damage and tactical skill like this. Tactical flexibility. And then the Graverobber. Oh, just style, fashion, poise. I mean, I love fashion. What more can we say? Flexible skills as well. Later on, when you complete her story, she has very, very flexible abilities to move and dart about the battlefield. But for now, you can also attack from most positions and just be... well, we'll get into combat in a moment. For now, let's just admire the fashion sense on her. It's got the hat, this nobleman or noblewoman's tunic, I guess. A little satchel for where all the poison is, the dagger in one hand. Slightly smaller dagger, it looks like, but no less deadly. Where's the pickaxe? Oh, in Darkest Dungeon 1, she had one. It was like on her back, but... I'm surprised that's not in there. Okay, anyway, let's name you after another regular viewer, Pendant. Then the Plague Doctor, yes. It's got a surgeon's knife, just all these grenades in her satchel, all sorts of tonics and healing potions, and of course the classic Plague Doctor's mask, and the pauldrons, a wide variety of DOT effects and healing. So let's rename you after another viewer. Perhaps this could be, you know, Longo hasn't joined the party in a long time. And of all the characters, I have to say I identify with the Man-at-Arms, without question. This has got to be me, right? This is this old man. That's how I feel. I feel like this guy. Old, tired, just wants to yell at people. He hasn't unlocked his bellow skill, but you know, he's got a mace, a shield. He's got a little bit of tactical flexibility in terms of moving around. He's got buffs and defenses. Not the highest damage, but that's fine. That's fine. He's a bit more of a tanky character. Let's check out the quirks. Oh my gosh, tough. A little nervous. Yeah, that sounds like me. And then let's see what the quirks are here on Ivan. Robust. Ooh, resistant to disease, but you got a head injury. That's not good. Boisterous. Also robust on Pendant. Graverobber. Not getting diseased. And then a Shroud Scrounger. Alright, let's get to it. I mean, we can't pick any other characters, so this has to be what it is.
Pride. More devastating than the horrors of 100 campaigns.
Oh, aren't you gonna say the line, Wayne?
Hunted. Harried. A fugitive seeking to outpace the past. Avarice slips unseen into the catacombs of the mind. Indiscriminate science stains the surgeon's hands.
I love all of these lines.
Onward, and let us hope enough yet remains of the world.
Roster arrangement. Might as well stop the cart. I think they redid all the help texts. Yeah, I know about rearranging the party order and party creation. Yep, so you can rearrange the party order by dragging them around.
Is giving way.
Huh. Alright. And then we have our first fight. Combat. Combat is turn-based and proceeds on until one side is defeated. Yep, turn order. You can see the turn order up here. So Longo gets to go first, and then I get to go. How do I access the help text from here? What do I do this? There we go. Okay. Turn order. Yep. Actions. Every character can do actions, and then skills. Skills can have a variety of effects and tokens. I guess we'll explain that once we actually get to it. Skills can only be launched from the correct rank. I'm basically assume my viewers have watched some of this type of Darkest Dungeon game, because this game is not this particular game, but this style of game has been around for a long time. So I'm going to assume you know about Darkest Dungeon to some extent. Let's just admire how beautiful everything looks. If you pick a skill in this game, your character will get ready to do it. So if I do Ounce of Prevention, apparently it's that particular tonic on Longo. If I go back to Noxious Glass, it just looks so good. You can blight these things, 40% chance, but you know what? I am actually going to do a Ounce of Prevention because I don't think I can kill both of these ahead of time. And I think if you hold down Alt,
Analysis is the natural prelude to action.
You can see abilities about the enemies. This Lasso, I'm pretty sure, can disease us. We'll buff our disease resistance slightly. Why not?
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
Now, let's do some hits. I'm very unlikely to kill one, so why don't I Rampart to try to daze them? This adds a token. Okay, I did not get diseased, and that daze token slowed this Lasso down, so it moves at the end of the round. I guess this is a good time to talk about tokens. So, unlike in Darkest Dungeon 1, there aren't hit chances directly. Instead, like, everything's 100% chance to hit, but you can get modifiers through all these different tokens. So, for example, right now we have a block token, which reduces damage taken. This is in place of the protection mechanic. There are dodge tokens, which will... so there are positive tokens, right? All of these are positive tokens. So block will let us reduce damage. Dodge will mean the enemy has a chance of missing their attack. There's two types of dodge tokens. There's a riposte token, so I can counterattack. Crit token, guaranteed crit. Guarding tokens, strength tokens, increase damage. And then there's negative tokens, right? Daze slows the enemy down to the end of the round. If you daze an enemy twice in a row, you stun them. They lose their action entirely. You can blind them, weaken them, make them vulnerable, all sorts of good stuff. And then there's Taunt, which forces the enemy to attack that target if possible. But let's not worry about that. We could Pistol Shot. Look at that. Wicked Slice. I have my dagger prepared. That seems more damage. Could Duelist Advance here, get myself a little counterattack, but I don't think we need that. I could buff myself with Tracking Shot, but I don't think we need that. Or Take Aim. Oh, this Tracking Shot will add a combo, and certain skills get a lot better when you can combo them. Like, for example, Pistol Shot will daze a target if they have a combo on them. And the music in this game is just so incredible! Oh, incredible work! Incredible work, Ivan, critting and just killing that Lasso right away. Crits. Crits do several things. Normal attack, max 100%, 150% of max damage. Increases the duration on DOTs and increases the damage resistance, and heals 150% too. Very nice. Alright, so we could pick to the face, we can poison darts, although these enemies have slightly more blight resistance. We can buff ourselves with Absent to get more dodge. We don't need to do any of that. Let's just pick to the face. Alright, and let's finish this. Oh, another crit. Beautiful
Simple
work.
Variable, easily resolved.
We got ourselves a Kanda, which is the meta progression currency, and a healing belt.
Are you shaken? There is so much worse in store.
So this minor bouncer's belt is a trinket. I think the help text will tell us that about our inventory, and then treasures. We got the relics and the baubles. They're basically currency. And then equipping trinkets. So you just press I. Oops, you press C rather. You go to a character. And so I feel like I'm going to need a lot of heals. So I'm going to put the minor bouncer's belt on myself. Alright, let's keep going. So there are encounters like this one. This is different from the first game. This is kind of like the curio interactions. And then there's affinity. We'll see. I guess, yeah, should be explained now. So affinity changes are hero relationships. You want good relationship between the heroes. And they can get positive interaction with one another, which are very, very strong. So I want to unite them under our banner. And if you hold down Alt on this screen, it will explain what you get. So I can get plus flame and more supplies. Or I can get flame and a trinket. You know what? Let's get some supplies. And I increase my affinity there with Longo. I got myself a Candle of Hope, some pouches of light, and a bear trap of all things. So combat items. This is different from Darkest Dungeon 1. I can equip certain items so that I can use them in battle. So I'll equip Pouch of Light on myself, and then this bear trap maybe we'll equip on Ivan here. And then the next time in battle, they can use it.
You can feel it. A change in the air.
Alright, there's a talk about relics. Yeah, main currency. Yep. And then heroes. Yep. The hero tab. If you press C, you can see your heroes. They have relationships. You want your heroes to be friendly with one another. And then we talked about the quirks a little bit. Combat skills. And we can't really equip any skills. We don't have the ability to do that right now. And then there are other conditions. So we have any conditions? Certain characters, once you unlock them, have like basic conditions. Like the leper starts with blind. You can see that here. But all of that is for the future. For now, let's just keep going. Oh, another fight.
See, even your valley is not immune to the spreading stain.
All right, more serious enemies this time. We got widows and a woodsman. Alright, what are our options? We could flashing daggers, not a lot of damage. We could poison dart one. I'm thinking I like that. Nice crit! Very nice work. Pendant. DOTs. Yep. So this blight, it always ticks at the beginning of the turn. So this widow, right now, it's at 7 health, but once its turn start, it will go down to 5 health. So that's this widow. I could do a duelist advance. Ooh. You know, I don't think we need to use any items this battle. Duelist advance to move up, although it's not likely to kill. If I pistol shot it, if I do 5 damage, it's dead. If I do 3 or 4 damage, it's not dead. And I can't wicked slice it. Not sure we need to duelist advance. I'm gonna go for the pistol shot to try to get a kill. Yep, that worked. And they redid the corpses. Nice. Oh, I have myself a horror. This is a condition that will add stress. These corpses look new. Early access.
The subject carefully, and you will discover its weaknesses.
Early access, they were just gravestones, but now the art is completely redone. Okay, they have a gruesome reflection, which will apply a weaken, but I resisted that, and then horror, which I did not resist. What are our options here? Nope, don't need a bolster, don't need a... I could rampart, but I don't think that makes sense. Longo, what do you got? You can't hit the back either. We should just hit the front. We could blind the Widow in the back. It would probably work, but not seeing that as necessary. And
let us take a closer look at the thing, as repulsive as it is.
Just look at the animations. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful. This is gonna start killing the thing in the front with the noxious blast. Oh, but it resisted.
Hold fast, for who knows what lurks.
Academic view. Yeah, I knew about that. Okay, and we have high flame, so it added a blind token to the enemy. Just a small chance of doing that, 10% chance, but that's pretty good. I like it. These widows can apply stress damage, which I'm more concerned about. If you get your stress all the way up to 10, you're very likely to have a meltdown, which is very bad. Your other party members will hit you. You lose all your health, basically. But there's also a small chance you could get a resolute check, but which is a very good thing. But you probably don't want to gamble on that. That's not what you want. Typically, the backline enemies tend to apply more stress. I'm not so worried about my health. I could heal that, but I don't have any good way of healing stress right now. The bolster ability can do it, but that's about it. So, you know what? Let's take some shots and apply another poison dart. It might get one more attack off. Ooh, yeah, it's gonna get another attack off. Not too much we could do about that. Alright, this time we got the blight off. And I am getting stressed out, but it is what it is, man. Crush! Another gruesome reflection, but it missed because of the blind token. I love this new token system. Oh! Alright, so this enemy did a protection ability, which I have to admit is very annoying. If only we landed our other attack, our blight from Pendant. So now I can't actually kill that Widow. Very annoying. So since I'm not necessarily going to kill it right away, let's do a Duelist Advance to get myself some riposte tokens. I'm very likely to get attacked again. And there's a little reason for me not to blight and get rid of this guarded token on the Woodsman. And I'm going to do a Blinding Gas because my Noxious Blast, well, if I hit or blight, oh, that would actually proc a Death's Door check. So unlike in Darkest Dungeon 1, enemies don't necessarily die right away. We can see this Woodsman has 25% Death's Door resist, so it won't die right away when it gets to 0 hit points. Whereas this Widow has no Death's Door resist, so it dies right away. If I land this blight, right, 6 plus 4 is 10, and 2 base damage, so it will actually cause it to proc the Death's Door check. Ooh, another brutal stress attack. Alright. And I get stressed out from that too. Okay. So stress. In addition to hit points, heroes all have stress. Heroes begin the expedition at 0 stress, but gain stress through a wide variety of game events. Yep. High stress is very bad. Oh, it also increases the chance of negative affinity changes. So you want to keep stress low. That's the bottom line. Okay. And then monster death blows. Yep. Some enemies, like this Woodsman here, you have to actually kill. Let's do a flashing dagger. So I could use the bolster to remove 1 stress, but this enemy applies stress, so it just seems better to kill it. If you crit, you can reduce your stress too, so that works out. Got more candles, got some milk so linens to treat our own blindness.
Rest and resupply await you.
If you run over this debris in the road, you can get additional rewards. Like resources, loot. That's what I meant.
Lower your guard. Soften your gaze. It is safe here.
Prologue complete. You have found your fortitude at last. Collect what hope you can and end your expedition here. Oh, they changed this. Okay. So this is the first inn, and this is where you do your camping stuff, but I guess the game...
continue? Or is the lesson too demanding?
Well, we can't continue, Wayne. They didn't change this, huh? Ending early. Yep, you can end your expedition and collect Candles of Hope. Candles of Hope are the meta progression currency. I guess they want you to use it right away. All right, we have no choice, so let's do that. That was just a tutorial. We can't end here. We have to do a real run.
Try again. You will break through this gloaming murk.
Okay, and then I bet they'll do the meta progression on how to spend the candles. All right, Altar of Hope. This is where you, the meta progression where you spend the candles. Oh, there we go. Click on that. Working fields. This is where I can unlock items. Each item unlocked at this altar is also immediately granted into your inventory. So, why don't we unlock one of everything, right? We have 5 candles, and let's just unlock one of everything to get a sense of what's going on. So, trinkets. Got distracting dust.
Will help us diagnose the world's affliction and overcome it.
So we can apply some blind on hit, but we don't want to miss.
A welcome advancement in the science of survival.
It's an item to buff our burn resistance. That could come in handy.
A drop of sanity in a sea of madness.
Oh, this is awesome. The Hero Shrine Scouting. We need those to unlock more skills on our heroes, so that's really good.
Every twinkling recollection is another implement at our disposal.
Book of Creating Insults, add more taunt. Not the most useful right now.
Once more into the maelstrom, in search of what hope yet remains. The seat of your denial, perched precariously in the murky gloaming.
So there are 5 chapters. Chapter 1,
You have
Deny.
cowered in your crumbling denial long enough. I remember our first meeting on the steps of the university. A collegial handshake that would doom us both. Your insightful questions during my lectures gave me pause, and I recognized in you something of a kindred spirit. Despite our differences in age and position, we shared a keen fascination for archaeology, folklore, and, of course, occultism. The crossroads, a place between places.
I love how the story unfolds over multiple playthroughs like this. It's like, I love this type of game where it's a roguelike, or these days I guess it's called roguelite, because Battle Brothers is more like an actual roguelike, except you don't have a win condition. But a roguelike, usually there's no meta progression. The meta progression's in your head, in your noggin. Whereas this type of game, you're meant to unlock things.
Pride. More devastating than the horrors of 100 campaigns.
Ooh, I have different quirks now. Steady. Hemophobic. I'm afraid of blood, but I have plus resolute chance, and that symbol's movement resist. That's really good. That's really, really good.
Hunted. Harried. A fugitive seeking to outpace the past.
Ivan's gonna get sick.
Avarice slips unseen into the catacombs of the mind.
Wow. Pendant is a coward, apparently, but a sanguine coward. Sanguine's really good.
Indiscriminate science stains the surgeon's hands.
Ooh, Longo is slower, but more resistant to blight. Okay. Alright, I think we get our items to equip right away.
This was a beautiful place once. What a pity.
Right, so we should equip these trinkets. There's no reason not to. Equip stuff like the combat powder. Sure, why not? And I want to check one other thing that they didn't explain yet. Okay, hero goals. So if you do these goals, the Sprawl is a region, you can get additional candles, meta progression rewards. So if you can do them, it's worth doing. Want to visit a hero shrine? I mean, we definitely want to do that no matter what. Assistance encounters, we're gonna visit those, no problem. You just gotta make sure to enter the Sprawl and maybe visit the Hoarder. I'm not so convinced about that. Hoarder is like a vendor, a shop. But I don't know how many good things we can even get from a Hoarder with so few unlocks.
The winds whip more harshly on the far side of the brook. You see, even your valley is not immune to the spreading stain.
Oh, this fight again. Okay. Wow, I get to go. So Ivan, Pendant, and myself all get to go. We can take out this Widow, no problem. So maybe we should actually target a Widow in the back. Because this one's blinded. But a riposte seems really good here. So you know what? Let's duelist advance. A good ambush is all preparation. That was a positive affinity change. That was really good. And it's blinded. Double blinded. I'm not so worried about that one now. Try to blight the one in the back. Hold a line. I move forward. And I immobilize myself. And I give myself a defense token. I'm not sure we need to do that. I could try to knock this gaunt back. So we bring the Widow up front. Different enemies can only use skills at certain places.
And you will discover its weaknesses.
This carved Tory can be used at all 4 positions, so it can protect the child. I'm thinking we just crush. Oh well, even blinded, it hit, giving us some horror. It's not great. More horror and weaken. It's not a big of a problem here because on Longo's not afraid of it as much. Maybe we do a blinding gas to keep them blinded. Ooh, combo token. Okay. Protect the child. Yeah, that's not great. So combos open special tokens. Like many skills have a bonus when you use combo. So Pendant can take care of that one. Don't need to tracking shot. Don't need to take aim. That's just Wicked Slice. Not the best move, but it'll do. 4 hit points. Flashing daggers won't kill, but a poison dart will, especially because I have a plus crit percent. Yep. And let's get ourselves back into the front here. Nice. Hold the line, indeed. Ooh, big hit from Fell the Tree, but our block token negated most of that damage, and we counterattacked and applied a little blind. I specifically gave this distracting dust to Ivan because I knew he can get more attacks off with Duelist Advance, so better chance to apply the debuff. Very nice. You'll notice that Blinding Gas has a cooldown and can't do it again, but that's alright. One of the Gaunts died to the Blight. Ooh, Gruesome Reflection. That's fine because our counterattack applied hit through the defenses. So this Widow is just going to die this turn. Alright, fantastic. So perhaps another Duelist Advance is in order. And notice I didn't move up because there's a mobilization token on myself. I didn't move up with Ivan. So I'm still in the second position. The positioning in this game is very, very important. 20% blight or a pick to the face. Making a pick to the face. No reason to defend. I could bash you back, but no. Just a basic crush. No more horror, which is not great, but it is what it is. Light, and you should be on death's door. Yep. Carve the toy, but a miss. Excellent. Alright, let's... Is there anything differently I can do? Sometimes you want to delay the battle so that you can heal or de-stress, but I don't really see the point to doing any of that. Basic dagger throw finishes off the last gun.
Greater threats await those who dare.
5 mastery points? That's a lot. I feel like that might be because of the...
Rest and resupply await you.
Might be because of the prologue. Okay, baubles are used to purchase trinkets, stagecoach items, and repair the stagecoach. Yep. And mastery points. That's how we level up our skills. I don't remember getting 5. It used to be 2, but I suspect this is because of the new prologue.
The familiar hearth crackles inviting thee once again.
Alright, we're at the Torch and the Crown. There are different types of inns with different effects. This inn basically means you're not going to get a relationship out of it, which is fine. Alright, what can we do? Let's check the route first.
Consider your position and plan accordingly.
We have region choices. Region choice: before embarking from the inn, you must select which region to enter next. Yep. Regions have a condition and a goal. The condition tells you the special game effects are in place for that time only. The goal gives you an optional accomplishment to aim for. So a lot of things are optional here. Let's see. I can go to the Sprawl or the Tango. Both conditions are good, right? More Candle of Hope, less Flame Drain. They're both good. Didn't one of my characters, I think you have to press C, have a goal to enter the Sprawl? Yes, so it makes sense to go to the Sprawl. I have to complete this region with no stagecoach items equipped, and I do believe I actually have one, and a really good one. But I'm gonna value the meta progression currency. It's fine.
Another nameless city. Another inferno of mutilation and madness.
It's just one stagecoach item.
Your coach must be maintained if it is to carry you where you must go.
Can only equip one anyway. Alright, that's fine. Wainwright, this is how we modify our coach. Give it items and buffs and so forth. But nothing we can do here. Now, I believe that tutorial is giving us some messages about using inn items to buff and to reduce stress. So let's check a look at the provisioner.
Precious relics remind us of a time before the end.
Okay, this Radiant Flame, I believe, is meant to help make the battles easier. I don't think we need that. We can buy some combat items to buff ourselves. We can buy this, the Slime Mode, to give ourselves a little more health at the cost of getting disease risk. Laudanum to remove stress. Medicinal herbs and burn salves. We can buy some playing cards. I like that. To make it so that our characters are more likely to have positive relationships. Let's use it. Wow, everybody loved those playing cards. Like, we just had a great time at this inn, increasing our affinity. Yep. So if you have good affinity, there can be a positive relationship, but it's not going to happen at this first inn. Yeah, I know about the provisioner. Okay, so we have more baubles, right? 56. And we're going to the Sprawl, where there are lots of fire. So a burn salve or two probably makes sense. I could buy some food to buff my health. Could be worth it. Just want to make sure not to actually get disease. So why don't I buy 3 food? Not for Ivan, because he's going to get diseased. But we'll buy it for everyone else. Yeah, can't be too choosy eating this slime mode. Ugh. Pendant hates it. I hate it. Longo doesn't hate it as much. Efficacious but troubling. You know, that sounds fine. Okay, we could buy a calming since we removed the 2 stress. I'm not so worried about that. Ooh, whiskey flask. This can increase the relationships. I like that. You can buy 2 of these.
Of comfort on the road to damnation.
So who do we want to up the relationships here? Oh, here are the conditions, by the way. Yeah, less likely for positive relationships, more likely for getting the health buff from the slime mode. Okay, let's see. Well, Ivan and I have right now a 0% chance of getting positive or negative relationships. But maybe if we enjoy some whiskey together, we might actually have a chance for that to happen. Let's see. 13% chance. Hey, that's something. Could happen, you know. Should we drink more together? Why not? Alright. Is that higher? Still 13%. I think you have to get to the next bar over here before it goes up. But you know what? 13% is something, right? What else? Burn Self again. So each region has a boss. I'm not feeling super confident fighting the boss with this bunch right now, but let's do some mastery training first.
When survival demands it.
Alright, what are our options? We have 5 skill points. It used to be 2, but they must have buffed it for your first expedition. So, I like this bolster. Its ability to remove stress and to provide some defenses and remove some negative conditions. That makes a lot of sense to me. I like the Duelist Advance upgrade. Ooh, I also like the Pistol Shot upgrade, because when I apply a combo, I could just stun something, which is very strong. In Duelist Advance, when you upgrade it, you get 3 riposte and a dodge. Just seems like very, very strong. Oops. Then on, let's do an upgrade for Pendant and an upgrade for Longo. Pendant, I do like the Poison Dart upgrade. It doubles the DOT. Seems to be the most significant effect compared to all the other ones. This Drow Dagger could be great if I could stealth myself, but there's no way for me to actually do that right now. So let's do the Poison Dart. And then for Longo, a lot of good choices too. We could do, I mean, Ounce of Prevention to resist damage a little bit more. Or the Noxious Blast to just do like a lot more upfront damage. I don't think we need to upgrade some of this other stuff. Battlefield Medicine heals a little bit more and it will remove the DOT for myself. Also kind of interesting. But I do kind of like either Noxious Blast or Ounce of Prevention. Like, what if I want to fight the boss, right? I do have the Ablative Palders, which is literally the correct item that you want. I'm just afraid I won't have enough damage. So if I'm not afraid I don't have enough damage, I should obviously upgrade damage, right? Noxious Blast. So let's do that. Okay. Anything else I want to buy? I could buy some of these Glimmers of Hope to give ourselves a little more flame. It's really cheap. That seems to me to make sense. I could buy some Burn Selves. Could come in handy. What if we want to fight the boss, right? And then save the rest of my resources. Oh, I should probably consider buying a trinket. A little more health. A little more healing. I like this healing trinket, minus damage. It doesn't matter at all on Longo because pretty much all my damage is DOT based. And then I can also get this minor hail draw. A little more health, doesn't suck. Minus crit. I can equip the hit points. Yep, now I have 50 hit points. Very good. And why don't I equip the Glimmer of Hope here? You know what? Let's buy 2 burn cells just in case. You never know. What if we want to fight the boss? It's definitely going to be useful in this upcoming region. I want to give it to someone really quick, so maybe like Pendant here. Okay. I think that's all our resources spent. Not going to equip this shrine map to get the region goal. And we'll see if we fight the boss or not. Might not. We'll see. Let's get going. Look at this beautiful embarkation map, the Sprawl. No relationships, but that's to be expected. There's only a 13% chance. Alright, the first proper region, the map. Outside the valley, the road becomes more complex. To see what lies ahead, open a mini-map. Yep, map details, scouting, road objectives. So,
behold, the great cities of man, ruined and aflame.
Okay. So this is the map, and it tells you what is going on. A lot of the locations have question marks. We don't know what's there, but we can see at least some of the locations. There's a hero shrine. We want that to start unlocking skills. If we go to the hero shrine, it will force us to go to the lair, which might just like not do. Do we have a goal of, where are our goals? Conditions. We don't have one to visit the watchtower. That was from a previous episode. The previous run. Okay, so we have one to visit the hoarder. I don't really care about that. So we want to hit this hero shrine no matter what. 100%. It's not even a question. So I have to go here. I don't see any reason to go to the watchtower. What am I getting out of that, right? And if I go to this hero shrine, I'm locked into that, and I'm locked into the lair, and I'm locked into this. Sometimes you can get like 2 hero shrines. That would be ideal. But there's no way of knowing, right? So the watchtower wouldn't actually tell me anything useful, since I'm literally locked into all of my choices. So going to the watchtower does absolutely nothing. There's also some events on the road. So hazard, reduce our armor. When I have 100% armor, I can start combat with block tokens. That's really good. And wheels, if I have 100%, we get more travel healing. As your characters travel, they heal up. So healing battle, not as critical as in Darkest Dungeon 1, which I personally like. I think it's a good change. So I'm thinking we go to the right because we can get an extra candle, and then we are locked in basically for the rest of the journey. We have to do a few more road battles, but I'm not worried about that. All right, let's get going. You never know. Route choices, yep. So I just have to hold my mouse down on the right, and then the stagecoach just go. Yes. All right, we can get rid of that. All right, so we have more of these gaunt enemies. There is an urchin, and it goes very quick. I seem to remember the urchin is an enemy that can stress you. But I also don't want to get disease. I actually think the diseases are so bad, I don't care as much about the stress as the diseases from up front. Yeah, 40% blight resistance though. I'm just going to pick to the face. I don't want to gamble. So it's going to do Song of Shadows, which is a buff. I can't target it now because it's stealth, and it's going to guarantee crit, which is going to suck.
What can we learn upon closer inspection?
But it is what it is. Duelist advance 4 to 6. or 4 to 8 on a likely kill here. Ooh. I'm not gonna kill that one. Ooh, I know. I got a sneaky plan. Okay. Let's do a duelist advance. Get myself all the tokens, all sorts of counterattacks. Then I'm gonna blinding gas the Widow and this Urchin in the back. You never know, we can get lucky, you can get blinded. They have very bad debuff resist, and then he might just miss his crit. Well, could work. Don't get diseased. Okay, didn't get diseased. If you hover over the alt, it'll explain. The Chomp has a chance of giving disease. So, could do a hold the line. Just kill this one. Get myself up front. More tokens. Desperate grab. Ooh, that shuffled me, and it could have stunned me, but I got lucky. Ah, the blind didn't work, and I got super stressed from that attack. Or Ivan got. Okay, it is what it is. Through some reflection, that's okay. This is all okay. If this doesn't kill, it will stun it. But I'm thinking I actually want to deal with the Widow in the back first. But also, no, we don't need more Duelist Advanced. Split damage, but this thing's up front, and a lot of enemies aren't as effective when they're up front. Yeah, this, if I blight it, it's guaranteed dead, but I don't think it's doing much next turn, so I'm actually going to redirect my target to try to kill this Lost Soul, since it could actually apply a disease. And a lot of split damage, but I think it's going to be okay. 4 to 7, I could crit. Or hit 7, I love it. That's me. Yep. So it got riposted. Whatever that ability was, Sulking Step, it didn't do much. Like 2 health, it's nothing. So can I do any sort of healing? I might be able to... healing now requires your character to be under a particular threshold. So this is a... hit point has to be less than 50% to heal 20% on Ivan here. And Ivan, I don't think it's at 50%, but this Widow is going to die anyway. So, but if I kill it now, Longo won't take a stress damage. So, I'm actually pretty sure 18, like 35 divided by 2 is what, 17.5, so I'm literally right above the threshold. No reason not to just kill. Oh, some minor things there, but not a big deal.
Cut down these nightmares and blaze the trail to your redemption.
Got a small amount of loot. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, missed that pile. I am not great at driving this stagecoach. I have to say, I am actually pretty bad at it. Okay, the Desperate Few. Other locations. This isn't an assistance encounter? Really? I thought these were assistance encounters. Let me just check the mini-map. Okay, what are our options? We could give relics to gain flames and combat items. Pretty good. Or we can give relics to gain food. But I don't think we've unlocked any good food, right? Those are our only choices. Oh, that's not true. We could get Tincture's Powder. Shall we swap? But it's not so great doing it on Longo since we don't get any affinity bonuses. We would lose some relics, sure, but I would much rather have the affinity bonuses. Question is, do I want the combat items or the food? I know you can unlock better food. I'm gonna pick the food here because I want to see if we get anything except the slime mode. Mostly for that. The combat items probably the correct choice, but I just want to see. Yeah, it's just slime mode because we haven't unlocked anything. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Was that an assistance encounter or not? I'm gonna stop the stagecoach. It says assistance encounter. let's see. Visit a hoarder. Yeah, that did count. Okay. All right, keep driving that stagecoach. All right, hazardous routes. This is a relatively new thing to the game. That damaged the armor on my stagecoach, and I don't get that defense buff anymore. So it's fine. Ah, but it messed up my driving. All right, that's okay. You'll know I am a terrible driver, just terrible.
Desperation can be eased.
All right, another assistance encounter. That's perfect. Ooh, we can get our armor back, or we can get an in item. Or we can lose a flame to get stagecoach item. I'd much rather have the affinity buff. The question is, do we want the armor or the wheels? And you can press the M right here to see. So we're going to the hero shrine without question, and then we're gonna hit the hazard. And who knows what other nasty things. So let's get the armor up. And this completed another hero goal on Pendant. Fantastic. And we are, of course, going to the hero shrine. Ah! Not hitting any of the road debris.
It is low indeed to profit in destruction.
Alright, brigands. A classic enemy type. Wow. I don't remember them having 18 hit points. They seem buffed. Alright. It's fine. Let's go for... I'm gonna go... The Poison Dart can hit the front. So I think it's very unlikely for me and Pendant to kill either one of these. They're both going to get the move. So we're going to target this one in hopes that we can actually kill it. And Duelist advance because they'll surely proc the riposte, right? Yep. Good dodge, Ivan. Good work, buddy. Another low blow on myself. I'm not afraid of that. Little bleed. Not a problem. So now we're going to Noxious Blast this Pillager Hatchery in the front, blight it, and it just dies. Beautiful work. Why did... Oh! I stress out because I'm afraid of blood. Wow. What can you say? A Rampart to knock this one back and to daze him. That seems better than hold the line here. Oh, but it resisted. Okay. Well, let's try to kill one. Bash, yeah, Crush can hit the third rank. Well, let's go for the kill here. And that is indeed a kill. Wow, look at that affinity change. Good work between Pendant and myself there. Okay, a little stressed, but it's not a problem. No reason to Duelist advance. Let's pistol shot. And I could Battlefield Menace him, but getting rid of that 3 bleed, not that important. Just try to kill this thing before we can act again. Alright, so it is officially dead now. Is there anything else? It used to be you can farm some relationship stuff by like guarding. Let's see if you could do that still. Alright, that didn't up my relationship. That's fine. Oh, the pistol shot wasn't a kill, really? But a blight is.
In this weighty gloom, a spark.
Yes! Wayne June, greatest narrator ever. Can you imagine a game where Wayne June... Oh my god, I'm just missing all the debris. Where Wayne June narrates and it's Battle Brothers. Oh. It would be so incredible. Okay, a hero shrine. So this is, there's some help text for it. Shrines of Reflection are where heroes can revisit their memories. By confronting their past, they unlock new skills. And at each shrine, choose a single hero to advance their story. So I can unlock skills. That's how you unlock skills. Now, there are many different ways to do it. I think objectively, it's correct to split get every character a few skills, and I probably will have to do that at the very beginning of the game, but it feels more thematic to completely complete a hero's story. So maybe I'll do that later on in this playthrough, of which there will be many Darkest Dungeon videos. Have to start with myself, of course. Like, how can we not begin with my ambition? My ambition outflank my fellow officers at soirees and mock skirmishes.
Man-at-Arms. Chapter 1. A premature promotion. The politics of a military career are perhaps as treacherous as war itself. Though untested in combat, his acumen for advancement was unmatched. Through a dubious campaign of influence and intimidation, he had at last claimed a coveted command, and was eager to bask in the glory of the victories that were sure to come.
Apparently, I really know how to do politics. And look at that, I love this skill thematically. An old man yelling away. That is how I feel, literally, every day. Like this old man bellowing away. And we gain a mastery point. You can spend that mastery point on anyone, by the way. And we completed Pendant's hero goal. Although we want to always visit hero shrines until I unlock all the skills. So now I have Bellow, but you can only have 5 skills equipped, unlike 4 from Darkest Dungeon 1. So what do I want to give up in place of Bellow? Because I want that. Defender, we haven't had to use that yet. What's coming up? Unknown, and then the lair, where I may or may not fight the boss. We'll see. Hold the line is useful. Rampart is useful. Defender is potentially very useful. I feel like of all the skills, Rampart is probably the least useful. Don't have any good combos with Rampart right now. Oh, this map just looks so beautiful. Alright, let's get rid of all those screens.
By the impending apocalypse, the fanatics burn book and building alike.
Another assistance encounter. Wow. Just keep getting those. Ooh, we can get... Oh, it's scouting. We don't need improved scouting. I want the affinity change. We'll lose a little bit of flame and to get food or combat items. I think we want the combat items this time. Glimmer of Hope, that gives us more flame. Anti-venom, that could come in handy. I think Glimmers stack up to 4, so let's do that. And then Anti-venom on Longo, how appropriate. Okay, we're gonna lose a bit more of the road, or the armor on our stagecoach.
The coach's plating is spent. We are
Okay.
exposed.
This is something I don't know what happens. Urgent repairs. When the stagecoach is ambushed due to depleted wheels or armor, the party must fight off a group of opportunistic enemies while at a disadvantage. Each combat round, one hero will be randomly chosen to assist in repairing the stagecoach and won't be able to act normally. Additional negative effects may apply based on whether the wield or the armor was exhausted. Huh! Okay, I've never gotten to this state in early access. I assume we're going to get ambushed soon, right before the lair. Or maybe we're going to get to the lair? Oh, apparently we got to the lair. Alright, so the lair is where there is a boss, region bosses. To reach the boss, you must win your way through 2 sentry battles. You may retreat from the lair after each battle, but the further you delve, the more loot you'll receive. I am not feeling necessarily super confident about our chances, although we do have a burn salve and ablative powder. The thing is, the boss does a has some very annoying abilities. But we might be able to do it. I don't have any trinkets to buff myself, and my combat items aren't like the best. You have to do at least one battle here, so let's just get into it. See how it goes.
The library burns, and with it the remains of philosophy, reason, and insight.
Look at all these enemies. There's a lost soul, a whipper, a shaman, and a flare. Shaman. I think I'm gonna risk the disease. I'd like the duelist advance to open. Let's try to kill this shaman, or at least get it so that it'll die next turn. These enemies have very bad blight resist. Alright, so it's gonna die next turn. That's fine. Or I just riposte it. That was a bit of a waste. Ooh, that was a big chomp. Alright, but we counterattacked. Whip trip. Ooh, that immobilized me. That is actually a problem. And that thing did a lunge. Okay, let me just see what its moves are. Advanced lunge. It did a counterattack, and it's got a dodge token.
Analysis is the natural prelude to action.
Whip trip can be done anywhere, and we know about the gaunt. So, why don't we do a bellow, see if we can get rid of this riposte. Or I could just say, you know what? Let's ignore him for now. But bellow also debuffs their speed. I like that. Plus, sometimes bellow doesn't hit, so it still has the riposte, but that's okay. Okay, so this gaunt in the front is dead. I don't want to attack into their riposte if I can help it. So, nice crit there, Pendant. Did a stab, stressed me a little bit.
Let us take a closer look at the thing. As
Oh.
repulsive as it is.
Why did that stress me? The basic stab doesn't actually have a... Oh, because I'm a coward. Gain when hit. Okay. Tracking shot. Wicked slice. Take aim. Gets me a dodge and a crit. I go next. Is there any reason to combo this thing? Not really. Let's do a tracking shot. Get myself a dodge and a crit. I like that. Don't need a bolster. Don't need to fin. I'm just going to crush. Alright, so the Whipper and the Lasso are both dead. And I don't want to attack into the riposte, so we're going to Ounce of Prevention. Buff ourselves. Why not? Okay, and look at that. I get to go first. Bellow. Let's try it again. Dodged. Annoying. If I hit into it, it'll counterattack me, but I'm not seeing a better move. It's only 3 damage counterattack. Not a big deal.
Measured
and then a crit to finish it off. And that crit healed a bit of the stress. So the next fight is going to be harder than this, but there's a little reason not to advance a little bit more. Let's see how we feel after this. Ooh, there's a big boy here. Another shaman and a whipper. Shaman gets to go next. What can it do? Do we even know?
Observe the subject
Stress.
carefully, and you will discover its weaknesses.
Well, we can't kill the shaman, so I'm gonna duelist advance. Get that riposte going. And a dodge token. Ooh, eyes closed. That was a blind and stress. That's nasty. I mean, I don't have anything better to do than try to attack. And again, I want to focus on the oh, we might be able to kill this whipper. Resisted the blight. That is not great. Let's do a Glimmer of Hope to up the flame so that the enemies are a little weaker. All-star doesn't make sense. We can crush, but the whipper gets to go next, and then the pit fighter. So, but we set up for the kill next turn. Or it kept riposting to us. That's okay. Good. We resisted, but I don't have my rampart as a repositioning ability now. I do have hold a line, which will do it. A noxious blast hit, but I think I'd rather hit both of these with a blind and a combo. Yes, that looks good. Jawbreaker, what was that? Knocks me back and dazed me. Oh, this big boy can move twice. But Ivan dodged and counterattack. Okay, it's got an accelerant. Wait, did that skill eyes closed just like work even through blind?
Learn upon closer inspection.
That's rude. Alright, let's just slice the big boy. Pit fighter gets to go next. Thinking we just tempted to hold a line so we can set up. But I think it's better to just go for that kill.
On to the next.
Ooh, focusing
Incremental.
the attacks here on Pendant. Battlefield medicine not low enough. Ounce prevention, don't think we need that. Let's just try to blight this thing in the front. Alright, getting more burns. Definitely not great. I want to save the heals potentially for if I do the boss, because I'm feeling like doing the boss now. Wicked Slice. Oh, and this thing keeps accelerating. That is a problem for sure. Alright, please blight. Okay, the shaman's dead. Let's try for the light kills. Almo? On me? That's okay, I can take it. Let's do a hold a line to get myself up front with a block token. And it's on Death's Door, good. Only did 2 damage there, and that's perfectly fine. Got some burns, but I don't want to delay to try to sneaking a heal. I don't think it'll be worth it. So let's try to go for the kill with the Wicked Slice. Alright, the question is, do I do the boss? Look at all the rewards you can get. I'm feeling pretty good. We have the correct items, so let's do it. This might be a horrific mistake, but it's okay.
The conflagration must be stopped.
Alright, this guy, the Librarian,
must be destroyed.
it can apply on crit 3 burning. That's pretty terrifying. But we do have blights, and it doesn't like blight. And let's do a Glimmer of Hope. Bolster is not going to do anything right now. Bellow to slow it down. I don't think it does enough. And Guard. I like that. Because I can't hit it with a Crush. Then I'm going to put the Ablative Powder on me because I'm guarding Pendant. So now I have much better burn resist. That seems important. Tracking shot, no. Take aim, but it could blind me. I might take aim later. Duelist Advance would potentially let me get off more attacks. But I think it would be better once it got within closer range. So I'm just going to do a basic shot. That's not a lot of damage. But yeah, it's going to start burning the books and then stressing the rest of the company out, or party out. Let's do ounce of prevention to resist the burns. Oof, that was annoying. I did not resist that burn. Yeah, this is the ability I was annoyed by. Okay, a hold a line will be very, very critical here. Pendant, you can't use the poison darts. Whoops, that was a misclick from the front. So actually, I am gonna duelist advance now. Maybe an ablative powder on myself. I'm gonna duelist advance so that Pendant can actually attack. I'll get the counterattacks, which will definitely help. Burning, right, okay. Lots of DOTs and other nonsense. I can heal my own burn, but I could also heal it with Pendant. That seems better. So why don't I heal the burn on Ivan with Pendant? And it increases our affinity. And if I get low enough, I have an Absinthe. No reason not to go for that. Ugh, that miss was very annoying. These bosses are no joke. I think I have to get myself back up front. Alright, was that not a counterattack? Ugh. This is starting to look like a horrifically bad decision.
Comes rarely in these times.
Alright, we cured that disease. But at least we resisted that burn. Go for the pistol shot to try to stun. 40%. Nah, I'm gonna take aim to remove our own debuff. Because I can get other value out of the combos. No reason to burn salve here. Alright, if it can move into position 2, I will do much better. I literally don't have anything better to do here except the blinding gas. Okay, we had another blind. That's something. Hey, it missed somehow. Wow, missed twice. Incredible. And we hit through their dodge. Another blight. Very good. Gonna burn that book. That's okay. We have to kill the boss before it can burn the last book. It'll be very, very bad if it can burn the last book. So all there is pure damage now. Another dodge, not great. Mandatory reading, that's not great, but we can cure that. So I'm thinking we want to duelist advance to get all the tokens again. Counterattack tokens will definitely help. Can't be bothering with heals. We just gotta kill it. So we're gonna Noxious Blast. That's 10 dot. Ooh. Oh, the smokestack doesn't proc the counterattack, really? Again, I have to take aim. Like the 2 blind tokens, I just need to clear both of them. And I'll still get my counterattacks. Okay, let's heal the burn
cannot be walked alone.
on Longo. And then we're gonna go for a poison dart. Very good. Boss is getting low. Getting very stressed, but that's okay. Keep blighting it. It's gonna be on death's door. Yes, yes. Yes! Well done, Ivan. Counterattack, killing the boss.
Unpleasant in the extreme. This work is noble and necessary.
We did have very, very good items for this fight. And look at all these rewards, right? Getting tons and tons of rewards, including an indelible trinket. And wow, a location scouting stagecoach trophy.
The loathing whispers.
Totally worth it. So loathing is also a newer mechanic. If it gets up to 4, the final boss gets a buff. And right now it's draining our flame quicker and giving the enemies a chance to get resistances, like advantages at the beginning of a battle. If we do fights, like layer fights and whatnot, it should reduce it. I think we got it because the layer had a built-in loading. So, but that's alright. Alright, our character's a little stressed out, but let's not worry about it. Re-equip some of these combat items. And what else? We can't unfortunately use any in items on the road to reduce our stress. We did pick up quite a few additional items. Okay, +3 burning dealt. That seems really good with my counterattacks on Ivan. And the laden lantern pierces. Does this work if you don't have a burn? I'm gonna assume it does. So does it make sense to stack them, right? +5% crit, -15% healing received from skills. What do I want to crit? I mean, I do kind of like the crits on either Longo or Pendant. You can crit heal, is the thing. Pendant does have a way of healing herself. That's a pretty significant heal, too. So let's give the Heartseeker to Longo. No, it seems a little weird, but I think we'll make it work. Alright, let's see what's coming up. Oh, we might get ambushed. Let's find out. Another assistance counter. Wow. Oh, we can repair the armor. I think we have to do that. Ivan and myself like each other a bit more. Fantastic. I don't know why we're getting so many assistance encounters, but... Okay. I guess the ambush doesn't trigger unless...
Our protection has been stripped to its last.
Unless you run into another hazard. I'm guessing that's how that works. But I don't actually know. Okay. Getting towards the end of this region. So, cultists. Cultists emanate from the great evil at the mountain. They appear at Oblivion's Ingress and Oblivion's Rampart locations. The last location before an inn is always Oblivion's Rampart. Yeah, there are tough fights, reduced loathing, but good rewards. We need to... I think we're good, right? I equipped everything. You can change out your loadout and whatnot beforehand, but I don't think we need Rampart for this. Let's do it. Okay, we are stressed and they could potentially cause a meltdown, which would suck, but... cherubs are bad. We could Duelist Advance, get me the counters. I think that's what I will do.
Mistimed. Misdirected.
Okay. Blind on Longo, that's okay. I don't think these things do burn, so ablative power is not going to do much. Poison dart on this altar thing in the back is good. They do a lot of bleeds, and I don't like bleeds. Altar of Denial gives them a chance to hide. That is very bad. I could bellow and get rid of this crit, or I could just start attacking. I'm gonna let this thing crit, I'm thinking. Gotta get rid of this cherub. Really don't like the cherub. But also just, Yeah, I don't have any good attacks. So I think I have to hold the line to get myself up front. Gives me a dodge token. That's something. Don't think we need ounce of prevention. Blinding gas. Don't like that either. Because the altar just heals. The blind doesn't do anything. So I think we might try to kill this evangelist in the front. Okay. Let's try to kill this cherub now. Split damage again, but it's fine. This is gonna suck. Big crit.
For who knows what lurks in the beyond.
Enfeebling miasma. It's okay, I can take it. Good counterattack on Ivan, although we are bleeding like crazy now. Ugh. Got a block on the cherub, but Pendant, if you can blight it, it should die. Almost. 1 to 2 damage. Could do it. Nope. Big heal here to get rid of that bleed. It makes sense to me.
This wound, at least, has been tended to.
Okay, let's just finish Cherub. I don't want it to go again.
The slow suffering begins.
Alright, the fight is getting better. Gonna hit the altar, and if it blights, it's dead too. This is all tremendously helpful. This thing's just gonna heal whatever damage I do. Blinding gas doesn't make sense. Battlefield medicine doesn't make sense. Let's do ounce of prevention. Maybe you can prevent some of the bleeds. Yeah, that worked. Okay, I could bolster to remove some of the stress. Or we can try to kill this one in the front. I'm not going to do much damage there. So let's try to reduce some stress. And give me a block plus token. Why did Pendant... Oh, Pendant has Sanguine, round start, -1 stress. Very nice. Let's do another Duelist Advance. Want the tokens. Okay. Might be able to kill that thing before it can move again. I thought about bellowing to get rid of the crit, but I'm not sure that's actually necessary. Wow. Crit blight. I love it. Yeah, these evangelists have 5% death store resist, so they should just die at the start of the turn. Longo heals myself, heals me from my bleed, of course. Oh, that one gets to go. I don't think I can make it miss. Poison darts. Look at the difference, right? The dagger versus the darts. It's just so beautiful. I could also just hit it with the pickaxe, pick to the face, so it ignores the block and gets rid of the block. But pretty sure I do more damage with this blight token. And I apply a blind. Okay, I can miss. Don't need Duelist Advance. Wicked Slice 4-8 versus Pistol Shot. Literally the same. I like the pistol because it looks cooler. Miss from the blind. Yes. Why am I adding these combo tokens? Riposte? Also, the Char Litany isn't doing anything, apparently. I don't do any base burn. So this item's pretty useless. I do get a slight amount of burn resist. Like, if I get burn resist, I get less stress. So it makes this Laden Lantern basically completely useless. Good to know, though. I could do another Bolster to heal some of the stress on Longo. And then I have one more heal. Might as well do it here on Ivan. All right. Oh, a pistol shot here can stun the Evangelist. 40%. Let's do it. Yay, it worked. Now we just do whatever and we win.
The smallest variable can make all the difference.
Very nice. Got a mastery point as well. And then some dark ink pulses, which are very special trinkets. And then a minor anchoring charm.
The loathing abates.
Alright, on to the inn. We could still get ambushed if this is a road hazard that hits our armor. We're gonna find out. No? What was the road hazard? I don't even know what it was. Maybe there was no hazard.
The familiar hearth crackles invitingly once again.
Okay, we got candles from reaching this inn. This inn also is called the Stumbling Corpse. Bonus damage against gaunts. We gain some quirks. Longo is a pacifist. Oh, that's no good. Ivan gains raconteur, so you're likely to form a positive relationship. I am mellophobic. I'm afraid of music. That sounds about right. Okay, region goals completed. Got all these extra candles. Got 3 mastery points. And got some new trinkets we can equip. Let's just check our routes. Oh, we only have the one choice.
Fire and rot.
Huh.
Is there no sanctuary from this madness?
This must be, like your first run must limit you a bit. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, well, I was thinking of just recording the whole thing straight until the end.
Time before the end.
But I'll be honest, I'm more tired than I thought I would be. I need at least a little break from all of this talking. And I think future episodes will be, maybe, I was debating like one long video for an entire run, which in many ways would just be easier for me to do, or like one video per region. And I'm old, man. I am literally this old commander right here. I am, look at that, okay? I'm the only one who looks like they're really relaxing. Ivan here looks upset about something. Pendant is like, I'm better than all of you. And then Longo, who can tell what Longo's doing? But look at this. That is literally how I feel every single day. Like this old man right here. So I am going to have to call an end to the video here. I'm pretty sure the way the game saves is once you get to the end, whatever you do doesn't actually matter. Like it doesn't save your decisions until you embark onto the next region. So this is actually a perfect stopping point. You can do the inn management at the beginning of the next episode, all that good stuff. Thank you everyone for watching. Until next time.